Hi, I'm Jeffrey, and this is Life with a Pipe. Welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a taste test of a tobacco that was gifted to me by Pavel over at SmokingBay.com. This is a Russian tobacco. Company is called Koltoma. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but Koltoma, Koltoma tobacco. And on his website, you can look up Koltoma. You'll see that there are 3 blends there. This one didn't make it because the seal had been broken, and he offered to share it with me if I would do a review of it. And I told him I'd be happy to. How can I pass that up? This is a tobacco that is not readily available in the United States. Actually, it's not available in the United States. On his website, he says it was an attic find. So there was probably some sort of a consignment that he was able to acquire, and they happened to be a part of that. But he couldn't sell this like the others that were on his website. JimInks actually has a whole page on one of the forums. I'll add a link to it, where he reviewed all of the Koltoma blends. He was able to get his hands on some. And he did an update recently as of June 2026. So I have not read through that. I didn't want it to influence my own tasting notes of it. But as I'm editing this, I'll definitely be going back and reading through that to see how my thoughts compared with his. As you guys all know, JimInks is going to be much more eloquent than I in my descriptions of these flavors. But this is a Burley, Virginia, Oriental, Kentucky Perique blend. So there's quite a bit going on here. It is not an English. And as you can see, it's already been opened. As he had mentioned, the seal had been broken, and I imagine he tried it himself before he sent it my way. At least I hope he did. So let's get a tin note here. Huh. Grassy Hay, Virginia. Smoky, Kentucky. And you got an earthy barnyard. Wow. That's actually a really homey smell. So funny. I mean, I haven't been around farmland since I was young. It's funny how those smells stick with you. That's actually very, very appealing. Funny how we find those smells enjoyable. Stinky would be a great way to describe this, but it stinks in a good way. It's really enjoyable. So I'm thinking this is going to need a wider bowl, not a taller bowl. So I'm going to go for this Rossi Rubino. This is a pipe that Tattooed Piper traded with me. And it's a great smoker. It's not lightweight. This is not a clencher by any means, but it's got a great wide bowl, very decent sized chamber, great smoker. I really enjoyed having it in my collection. So let's go ahead and pack a bowl. All right, here we go. So you can see this is just a nice ribbon cut, kind of a chunky cut. So maybe we would call this a rough cut. The ribbons are not long, so it has been cross cut. I'm just gonna fill the bowl here. Drinking a cup of coffee. This is a Sunday morning, so just relaxing, having a smoke this morning. I went to create, get a Coke or something, but my daughter and her friends used all the ice cubes. So I had to resort to a warm beverage, and I threw another splash of Irish cream in there this morning. You know, you open a bottle of Irish cream and then it's in the fridge, so might as well use it up. There we go. All right. There's our smoke. Let's light her up. Okay, let's light her up. Even though this tin has been cracked open for a while, it's still got a very nice amount of moisture. You probably noticed I had to do 3 lights on that to get it going, and I think it could even take a 4th one here real quick. Yep, that's perfect right there. Okay, first retrohale is a Virginia Perique. But it's got a really nice middle tone with the burley and the dark fire in there. But you've got that nice umami, earthy undertone from the Perique. But you just have that bright tone from the Virginias. Here I am trying to clench it. It's a workout for the jaw, this one is. Okay, first impressions are very positive. This is a very smooth smoke. I'm not getting any rough edges at any part of the smoking experience. I'm going to continue smoking this down. I'll be back with some additional thoughts. All right, I'm back. I'm about halfway down the bowl, ashed off the beginning part, started smoking it down, and it has developed quite a bit. This has become spicy. I imagine that's due to the Orientals and probably the Perique. But the nick is definitely medium plus. I am feeling this bowl. The spice is giving me a lot of tingle in the sinuses. It makes me want to sneeze when I retrohale. Great flavor still. The overall profile that I had mentioned earlier is still there. It's just there's a spiciness to it now. Peppery. Nice smoke. Very enjoyable. All right, I'm going to keep smoking this down. I'll be back. Okay, I am down to the bottom third, bottom quarter of this bowl, and it has made me sneeze more than once on the retrohale. It got spicy. Pleasantly so, but spicy. Wish I had eaten a bigger meal before this. I am feeling it in the belly. This is definitely a medium plus to a high nick content blend. Great after dinner smoke. Definitely not an all-day smoke. This one's really strong. Very nice flavor all the way to the bottom, though. Pavel, thank you for sharing this with me. What an opportunity. A Russian tobacco that is generally not available in the States. JimInks has a review on it. He's probably one of the very few people that has a review online in the US. I did find a couple of Russian websites that have some reviews on it. All of them are very positive, translating in English, of course. Very quality tobacco. JimInks review, I'll put it up over here. It has a lot more detail than what's on the label. I'm wondering if the Russian label has more detail on it. The English label is pretty sparse in the verbiage. But I think I'm going to be sharing this around with my trading buddies. So, guys, expect a surprise in the mail, some of you. Very pleasant smoke. Again, thank you, Pavel. This has been wonderful. I really appreciate you thinking of me and providing this opportunity. And I look forward to sharing this with some others. Now I'm having a hard time keeping it lit here at the bottom of the bowl. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Remember, life with a pipe is better than without. Bye for now.